Yo, what's good, what's good? All right, so before the video start, I want to tell y'all something real quick, and I want to be honest with y'all. Subscribers don't matter. What matters on YouTube is a topic idea, the video you post in the hooks. Yeah. All right, what sorts? All right, so this is gonna be the full method in full. How I was basically able to make an Adin Ross short viral, and I'm gonna be leaking my full method. So y'all asked me to, Teresa, how was you able to make an Adin Ross short viral and know your trust score? Your trust score of your channel don't matter. And if the coaches and the gurus was saying, "Oh, bro, trust score matters," that shit is a lie. That shit is a lie. If the trust score of your channel matter, I mean, like, let's say if your subscribers matter, how the fuck did I get 6 million views on the short? How does that even work? So yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna be taking out full steps, depth on how this happened. So this right here wasn't luck at all. This was called proven strategy. So this is the full strategy. So you see, we literally went from 32 views and up to here. It kept going up, and then it stopped right here at like 24 hours. We was at 1 million, and then it took at least some days for it to go up. So you can see first 7 days, last 7 days. So if we go to custom right here, the first 7 days once we posted this, and we did this, we shot this in this was about so the date we posted this was June 22nd. So yeah, this was June 22nd, 2025, and it's June 3rd. So and this month will actually make a fucking year since I posted this for sure. Yeah, so this month is gonna make a year since I posted this short. Alright, so it was June 22nd. So when we first started this, we was literally gaining at least 1,000 views each hour. And then it went up to 1 million. So it was at this. It went from on the 22nd to 1K views all the way up into 1 million. And the engagement was 75 stayed to watch. And the 24 bit cents swiped away. And the engagement views was at least 600K, 600,000 views. All right, so let me make sure my screen is recording. All right, so yeah, y'all can see the screen. All right, so let me go ahead and make my camera a little bit smaller for y'all. Yeah, my bad. My bad for not having this on point for y'all. But yeah, this full video is full depth on how I was able to do it, and you're able to do it too. But yeah, out of all the guru videos y'all watch, man, you won't learn real advice. You won't learn real advice. Them fuckers don't give you the real method. Them fuckers don't give you the real method like I do. But yeah. All right, so I'm going to be actually giving y'all access to my ChatGPT chat, how I was able to do this. And yo, big shout out to Adin Ross. Adin Ross, I love you, bro. Adin Ross, you deserve more love. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure Adin Ross get more fucking love. Because I hate the fact that they're coming at him because he's fucking juice. Who cares about, bro, what is, why didn't fucking care to you, bitch? Adin Ross is him, nigga. Adin Ross is going to always be rich, bitch. You bitch. You'll never be 10 times way more richer than fucking Adin Ross, nigga. Nigga. Put some respect on that dog's name, bruh. Not fucking playing with y'all, bruh. But yeah, don't fucking play with him like that, bruh. He ain't one of fucking them. But yeah. Alright, so, yeah. Alright, so the overview, before we hit over, so, Coach, so, before we literally hit over 1 million, we was at this. So if we go to this right here, we go to customs. Before we hit over, so June 25, so June 25, 22. It was over 1 year. All right, so y'all can see we was literally stuck right here. It took some days for it to skyrocket. So what I mean by it took some days, I mean before it got to the point like that where it was at, it took some days for it to get there. So first 24 hours, we had this. So we went from literally 125 views, and it started skyrocketing, and then it went from 125 views, and then the album kept pushing, and they kept pushing. So, and y'all asked me, bro, so what causes a short to really go viral? You see, engaged views. All right, so what really causes a short to really go viral? All right, let me explain it. So, and this is where most people fuck up. So when you're doing shorts like this, and the most intriguing part to really make it viral is you want to find a clip. So, and what I was doing right here when I found this Adin Ross clip, and I gave credit to this owner. So if you go to the description, I literally got this clip from TikTok. So if we go to TikTok, we could go to TikTok. We go to TikTok viewer, view count viewer. All right, so if we go to TikTok view count viewer, you can see right here. So you can see that this number right here these views was like this. So 3,000 likes, and they had this. So yeah, and I don't think he was the one who posted it. So let's go to real time TikTok video viewer, TikTok video viewer. All right, let's go to video link. All right, so yeah, so and I'm not signed into my TikTok by the way, but it was this one right here. So you see, it was at 97,000 views, and it had a lot of shares. So that's what I was looking for. I was looking for something that did as well, and then the other sort I made viral of it, J Cinco. So I don't know if y'all know who J Cinco is. J Cinco's another streamer. But yeah, so if you go to videos, I made another a video viral of him and FunnyMike, and yeah, so the moment that made it viral was the hook. So the moment that really made it pop off was the hook. So you probably ask me, how do you know that hook is what made it pop off? Because look, I'm gonna explain it. So if you go to analytics, and if you go to analytics right here, this one right here, and let's go there. If you view this, and this wasn't luck. So instead of y'all can use the original audio, but I'm going to show y'all how to actually transform it and add commentary. So you see 4 million impressions, and you can see, look. So you can see how many times, so look, how many times your thumbnail was being shown on a homepage, external site. So you can see where it was going to. So where the short first landed at in the first 24 hours, when they got pushed, it literally started right here. Look, went from 2 views. First 6 minutes was at least 20 views. So like I said, it went up to here, and it was at 2,000 views the first 16 hours, and then it kept going up, and then again we waited at least 23 hours. It was at 3,000 views, but I know that YouTube pushes your short every 6 hours, so you can see the average view duration was 0 at 25, which is great. So you always want to make sure you have more AVD than your length of short. So that's what I tell a lot of my people who do shorts. Make sure you have more AVD than your length of your short. So yeah, all right. So what I'm also going to show you, I'm going to also show you how to download the clip and how to edit it and how to get the voiceover and how to make sure it's transformed. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be all about. But you can see the overview is video analytics, of course, 6 million views. And you can see the first 24 hours was about. So you can see first 24. When we first posted this, we started at 1 hour, 2K views, and then started skyrocketing and kept going up and kept going up. So the algorithm was still learning this data, and you can see 86 state to watch and 13 minutes wiped away. Average view duration 0.25 seconds right here on a 16-second short. That means that we now got more AVD than our length of our short, which it told the algorithm that, and this, I told you right here that this hook matters a lot. So you want to make sure your viewers are staying right here and not dropping down too early. And yeah, you want to make sure you end a short off with like at least more than 144%. And then I'm gonna show you the Asian one. So the Asian one, like I said, you could do this on a fresh new channel, and it's not luck at all. But yeah, so and I want emotional clips. These streamers have emotional clips, and their clips be pushed quick. So yeah. So also, what I'm gonna show you, the Asian one. So the Asian one is right here, Lifetime. If you go to Lifetime right here, so I'm gonna show you this. But I'm going to show you this Asian one. So yeah, and I'm going to show you that this wasn't luck, and this wasn't no hard quality really added to it. So yeah, you can see, and it still got pushed 1.8 million views first 24 hours. So we're going to go to see more. You can see first 24 hours, we started like literally right here. So first 24 hours, we started from this. So you can see 11 minutes, 200 views, and it's steady going up, steady going up, steady going up, steady climbing up, steady climbing up, and steady climbing up. So yeah, like I told y'all want to leave it short up because it could later on blow up. And we got a 2.2% CTR, and the impressions was 200. But being that the video skyrocketed, you know the impressions went up. So since published, it got 86,000 impressions, and it's still 5,000 watch hours, and yeah. So and it still went up. We gained at least 95 subscribers from it. But subscribers don't matter. What matters is your topic idea you pick. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna also show you this that I literally got this from TikTok. So if we go to here, we go to this, you can see I literally got this clip from TikTok. It was literally on TikTok, so you can see over 1 year ago, it was on TikTok. But yeah, so and y'all probably ask me, oh, how do you get some of these clips from TikTok, and how do you get these clips so you could go viral? All right, so what you want to do is you want to look for the most top performing one. So let's say of Adin Ross. Let's say you want to find one most top performing one because that's basically an outlier, and that's something that's performing well that the viewers want to see. So whatever this is right here, so we could basically do it. We're gonna blur this. So we're gonna blur this also, and we're gonna blur this. So yeah, and we're gonna also blur any watermark shown right here. We're gonna go through and blur. But I'm gonna show you. So we're gonna go to a TikTok downloader. TikTok video downloader. All right, so I'm gonna. All right, so I want to basically. And also, so wait. Before we keep going, and you see that we gained at least 1,000 comments. We go to show more, and you see that this is the actual video that was on TikTok. So this video right here performed well. You see, it got over 300,000 likes, and they got over 1,000 comments, which is fucking crazy. So that tells me that is something that performed well. So if we go over here to the viewer, we can literally see it. We can see it right here. So if we go to the viewer, we can literally see it right here. So FYP, you can see where it's at. It started at literally over, so it's inaccurate. Oh yeah. So you can see it was at 2 million views and 300,000 likes. You can see over 1,000 comments, over 3,000 shares. So that tells me that, oh, this is a top performing clip. And this is something, and then I was the first one to post it on YouTube, so it was really going to do well on my channel. Y'all probably asked me, all right, so Terry, since you was the first one to post it on YouTube, how did you come up with the exact title for it? All right, so how I came up with the exact title to make sure they go viral, I use ChatGPT, so I use ChatGPT for it, but yeah. But how I came up with the exact title for it is, all right, let me make sure my screen is still recording, so y'all make sure y'all can see it. All right, my bad. So I want to say this store started at 300K likes, 132,000 comments, and yeah. So right now it started at 2 million views, over 300,000 likes, and 1,000 comments, and over 3,000 shares. But yeah, so you can see right here, 5.9 million views, and it wasn't luck at all. And it wasn't luck. Y'all probably asked me, oh, Therese, how did you get the algorithm to push it? So you want to find a top performing short right here that's pulling more than what they averages on TikTok. So if you see that he's averaging, if he has 400K subscribers, 400 likes, 400,000 followers, and he's pulling at least over millions of views, then more than what he averages, that's called an outlier. So you want to find something that's really performing really well, that's pulling more than what his average follow count is. So yeah, so you can see that this clip right here. So all right, so y'all probably asked me, okay, Siri, so if I want to get a clip posted on YouTube, so what do I do? So you'll come over to here. You'll basically see and make sure nobody else posted this literally on YouTube. All right, so I'm going to show y'all my exact chat with ChatGPT. So when I did the Adin Ross one, so where I came up with the title idea and everything. So yeah, so this is really the Chico right here. It's really the Chico, and nobody else will actually show you this. Every single other coach, every other guru on YouTube is a scam. Is a bona-fide liar. They haven't even blew up a video themselves for them to sit down and teach you a way how to fucking blow up a video. Come on, bro. These niggas haven't blew up a video for them to sit down and teach you smoothly how to blow up a fucking video. Come on, bro. Come on, chat. What the fuck? How did that sound? And yeah, and you can make a lot of money from this, right? You can make a lot of money. So I'm gonna go over the analytics. And what I'm going to do is go over the overview. So the overview is literally right here, 5.6 million views. All right, so I'm going to go to details. Details, right? All right, so y'all can see details. All right, so what I'm going to do is I use basically, so let me make sure my screen is still showing. All right, so y'all can still see the screen. All right. So what I basically used was I use ChatGPT. So if y'all don't know what ChatGPT is a software. So when I came up with this Adin Ross, basically this Adin Ross title, I use ChatGPT for it. So if we go to here, we go to this, we copy this, Control C, we go back over to ChatGPT. So you can see there's no way. So this right here. So this was all my data right here of my channel that I brought. And this was right here. So I said, and this prompt, this Gemini prompt is right here. So it says, and you can use this prompt. By the way, you can use this prompt and you can use it for your titles. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw all this on the note sheet. So where I'm gonna read it out for y'all. So I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna go to we're gonna use online notes. We're going to use online notes.io, but yeah. So, and y'all are able to do it too, so yeah. and no view button by the way. With no view button, this is all organic. All organic. So yeah, to show you that Adin Ross do not view bot, Adin Ross is legit. As legit as it could get. He just have a lot of clippers that's clipping from, and the algorithm is automatically gonna push it. So yeah. So and I'm gonna show y'all exactly. So what I'm gonna do. So let's go over there. Overview. All right. So y'all can see over here. Y'all can see this right here. This is literally the prompt that will be given to y'all. So this prompt is gonna help you. So step one, if you generate 10 new viral ideas with the same format. So what you basically do is you bring it over the TikTok title. So the TikTok title that I brought it was, I basically brought it this. So you can see this right here. So what I basically did was I told it the TikTok. I said write me a title just like this. So I told it. So let me just go. Let me find my other chat. Let's scroll down. All right. So this right here. So this my sheet. All right. So this right here. All right. So y'all can see everything right here. So y'all can see this well. All right. So that yeah. So you can see. It's smoothly. All right, so you can see YouTube Shorts. All right, so you can see this right here. So this is all the data. All right, so you can see the moment, and I want to say you don't want to use basically ChatGPT for the scripts. You want instead you want to use Gemini because Gemini can watch the YouTube video you bring it. So the video you download, you bring Gemini can watch that, and there's emotional things in his footages. But yeah, all right, so also right here, so it basically knows if a streamer clip is good, if it's good to go viral, and yeah. So for this title right here alone, what I basically did was I'm gonna basically tell you my strategy. So what I would do is I would come over literally to TikTok, and I'll basically say, so y'all can see this 5.6 million views. So what I would basically do is I'll basically copy all this data, and I'll basically tell it the text on the screen. So yeah, let me also show you the Cinco one, so y'all can see its proof. And I'm gonna show you proof. I'm showing you proof literally right now that I wrote it literally using ChatGPT. So all this was ChatGPT made. This was all made using ChatGPT. So I'm gonna go over to here. I'm gonna go to search. I'm gonna exit that. I'm gonna paste that there. All right, so you can see the moment Cinco realized. All right, so you can see this is literally our old chat. You can see everything right here. So we're gonna scroll down a bit. All right, so you can see monetization help, right? All right, so y'all can see all this data right here, right? You can see all this data. All right, so y'all can see all this data. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you exactly how I came up with it. So how I came up with this was I basically told it. So let's scroll down. So this right here. All right, so this was the data right here. So what I brought it basically the title, and how I came up with it was I'll basically tell it that. So let's copy all this. All right, so let's copy all this. Let me find out where the title was exactly, because I was using at least 2 chats. So if y'all don't know, I was using also this chat right here. So I was using this one right here, ChatGPT, yeah. So I was also using this one right here. This one worked as well too. So yeah. And also, if y'all don't know too, I do build bonds with OnlyFans models, and yeah. So that's how you build. I build off OnlyFans models, rappers, streamers. I try to build brands. Try to build my brand. Try to make my brand as big in this. In a real, your brand is your everything. Your name, your brand. So yeah. So how I came up with the Cinco stuff is I basically told it I said write me a YouTube short title right here for Cinco realize this, and I told it literally the text on screen. So the text that I gave it was this. So and people never thought of this. So I said write me this right here. So I basically took the screenshot. I would copy this right here, give it back over to literally ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will write us a cool title. So you see, it wrote us a title. So you see, and I'm gonna also have it. So give me a prompt. So every time I bring you the TikTok caption. Prompt. So every time I bring you the TikTok caption, you can write me good titles like this. That's forever. Alright, so this prompt would be literally giving it to y'all. So yeah, you can see I want to act like this is YouTube strategy. Alright, so next one we're gonna do, so when we bring it literally the TikTok captions, and the TikTok captions, it's gonna know how to write us a viral title. So yeah, so this is really how you go viral without second guessing. And most people make it as hard, and they overcomplicate the YouTube Shorts process. They overcomplicate the process, but it's all about building a brand, building a business, and yeah, because outside that business, you could scale that. Well, I mean, like, bro, once the channel's blown up, the views are there forever. So the views are just, you might lose subs, but the views gonna stagger, and them views gonna stay. So your retention matters a lot. So your retention matters a lot. But yeah, all right. So also, what I basically want to show y'all. Let me make sure the screen is still recording. All right, so it's still recording. We're 20 minutes in, which is great. All right, so I also want to show y'all basically over here. And this is the full course. So over here, what I basically did was I brought a J Cinco. So I'm also going to show y'all of this is the title that we came up with. This is the moment J Cinco realized he was around real gangsters, and you see that it did the honey emoji. AI literally did it. So I said, write me a YouTube short title of the moment J Cinco realized. So I basically told her what was happening, like with the TikTok caption, and it wrote me one. So we could literally repeat the method over here. So if you wanted to, we could say 6ix9ine does not feel safe with a gator being around Clove and J.
Not gator either.
What we could basically do is go to here. So we could basically do is go to this. We could copy this. We could basically go to here. What we'll basically do is tell it write me a title. We'll say write me a title. And yeah, so what I'm gonna do is basically tell it write me a title. And yeah, so what's gonna do is now is write me a title. So you're gonna see it's gonna say 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine didn't trust the gator. And then what I also have it do is pick through one of these titles. So it picked through one of these titles. You can exit that. It picks through one of these titles to see which one is the best. 6ix9ine didn't try. And what I could basically have it do is add clavicular to the title. So you want to add clavicular to the title just so it sounds way better, just so it goes viral, because the album's more likely to push that. If this is 6ix9ine didn't trust, so you can see 6ix9ine didn't trust J. Paul and Clove around his alligator. So yeah, so this right here will more likely perform well on YouTube, because if you use this, the album never seen this before, and you're more likely to get a push. So, and yeah, Azar was able to make as many streamer clips viral. So, and also, so you see right here shorts, and you can see proof. You can see proof. How do you know that? Well, you can see of it right here. So you can see average subscribers. You want to go for 1.9 million, but my sweet range for new short channels that just started, I would say stick under less than 50K, just so the album could push your video. But also, what we're gonna do for the captions, so y'all ain't gotta worry about the captions. So also, what I want to show y'all for the captions is we're gonna be using
good stuff.
You think we can take a screen photo?
This is the exact
Yeah, let's do it,
moment.
man.
All right, so you're gonna see the moment, Flickr, and all. So what we could basically do is use try to be cheese. So we could use screenshot this, command shift 3. All right, so what we could basically do is basically go to copy. What we could basically do is now go back over to this. We could give it a screenshot. We'll basically tell it, give me the text of what to put at the top of the screen for when I blur the white TikTok captions and the kick stuff. So, and kick is going to do whatever they could. Kick want to get pushed out. So kick want to do whatever they could to overbeat all the other streaming sites. So yeah, so you can see what we could basically do is shout out to Kick, by the way. Shout out to Kick. All right, so yeah, so what we'll basically do is go to TikTok video downloader. All right, so we'll go to TikTok video downloader, and we'll basically go to this. All right, so we want to also go to is, let me make sure it's still recording. All right, it's still recording. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna also go to without watermark, and want to see that we're gonna have it without watermark. All right, so I'm gonna show you how I'm able to basically. So I'm able to now get the voiceover. So I'm gonna show you now how to really do this part. So I want to basically, this is where the real sauce coming out. So make me a Gemini prompt, so Gemini can watch the video, then write me a few second hook for the short for voiceover, like a few seconds, then the original audio play for the video to be as well to keep the viewers watching longer. Alright, so what it's going to basically do is give me a prompt. So it says user's prompt. So this prompt, everything right here will be literally in the description on a Google Docs link where you can check it out at. So like I said, I went through, and this is the method that me and Yayo have been using. And like I said, I fell out with dude. I'm not cool with bro. Bro started beef with me. You know, when I don't really get into arguments, but you know when niggas say, and my dad's back, I can say nigga, but you know when niggas say shit and I don't like, I'm gonna always check them no matter what. And I don't care how I'm gonna always check them because bro, I knew Yayo since 2019. I used to donate to that bro. I used to donate to that nigga Scream. So if that nigga think he wanna change up on me and do whatever, bro, let him, bro, let him. So yeah, but at the end of the day, we know who's gonna be a real nigga. We know who's gonna be a real nigga, and we know who's gonna get the forest. So yeah, but yeah, but other than that, bro, I'm cool off the Yayo situation, bro. But yeah, so we go to this. We can paste the URL. Write me a script for the voiceover. Few seconds. Script. Alright, so what's gonna go ahead and do is watch the video and write us a script. So yeah, so and you can also attach this whole file literally to your Gemini chat, and yeah, so you can rest and repeat this method. You can see, so now it says, it basically watches the TikTok video, and this is, they didn't know that the camera was on, so, and it's going to give us a script, so you see right here, so, it's going to basically give us a 3-second retention, 3-second precise editing, pattern interrupt, build, curiosity, exclamation, so payoff, so yeah, so like I said, basically, so, what this tool basically does, it can watch TikTok videos, it can watch YouTube videos, so that's what I really like about Gemini is really great with it. So this is everyone thought the stream was completely. So what we could basically do is we could go to this voiceover. This could be the main thing for the first 9 seconds, and then we could let the original audio play. So we could let the original audio play, but yeah. But what we basically do is go to, I'm gonna say you could use 11 levels. But like I said, this is gonna be the full method, and I don't care if this is 1 hour long. Hey, this is the full method, full exact method. How you could literally use this method to literally blow up shorts using Adin Ross commentary, but yeah. Alright, so we're gonna go to text to speech. We're gonna basically use the text to speech voiceover. We're gonna use this. Alright, so we're gonna say everyone. I'm gonna use my email intakes. Everyone didn't think this was about to happen, and everyone thought. Alright, so yeah, so I'm gonna go to this. And sorry, that's my sped cousin downstairs. Like I told y'all, his mom left him when he was little. Like basically his mom left him when he was little, and his mom's deaf. They can't talk to her, autistic, but yeah. But like I said, she left him when he was little, and yeah, also his dad. So yeah, and my grandma been taking care of him ever since. So you can say Rogers, and we're gonna use a voice.
Everyone didn't think this was about to happen, and everyone thought this stream was completely normal.
So we're gonna use this voiceover right here, and yeah, so we're gonna use this. And also, let me make sure my screen is recording so y'all can see it. All right, y'all can see. We good. All right, so also, we're going to be using, for today, we're going to be using CapCut. So CapCut works as well. And yeah, like I told y'all, though, is y'all shouldn't really worry much about the subscriber count because subscriber count don't really matter. And yeah. But also, what I want to say, too, is this right here, this whole file right here, will be in the description of where you could check it out at. And also with the Gemini link. So yeah. Also with the Gemini link, but yeah. And I'm not in a rush at all. So yeah. I do got to stream at like 2 o'clock, but that stream could wait. Because I'm giving you all this method. So yeah, this right here will be in the description of the, so where you can check it out at. I'm going to rename it to Teresa's 6 million view. You want to make sure you put in commentary on it just so it becomes monetizable. All right, so yeah, so you see 6 million views short method, and yeah. All right, so also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys access to literally this right here, so where you guys could check it out at, and yeah. So this method is gonna stay up forever on YouTube, and yeah. And this is my full method, by the way. So yeah, so you can see Gemini. I'm gonna say Teresa's, Adin Ross, chat. Gemini. And I'm recording on my MacBook, by the way. So I'm not even using I'm not even using my other PC, my regular PC. I'm using my MacBook for this because I feel like MacBook is way quicker, so I can get the job done. It's just everyone didn't think. All right, so this is great. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and now get this clip right. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go over to literally this, and yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna have it do is basically have Gemini tell me what text do I put on screen. I'm gonna blur the white stuff. Alright, so it's gonna basically tell me what text that we put on screen because we're gonna blur the white caption. So we can literally put the main header. So you can put this for the main header of this. So you can put this top text. This is the caption. So we could literally put this. Everyone thought. Alright, so I'm gonna say so. Just copy and paste me the text here with the emoji. So it's gonna go through and copy and paste me the text here with the emoji. But yeah, like I said, this y'all have access to this. You guys could check this out in the description when I post this. But yeah, and this is the full method, by the way. But yeah, but like I said, I don't care if this video do get 50 views. This video is stand up. I put a lot of work into it. And in my opinion, bro, I don't care what nobody say. I'm better than all these coaches. I'm better than all these coaches. Fuck the gurus. Fuck, if it's like that, fuck the gurus. Everyone thought the stream was. That's what they thought this. All right, so you can see what we could basically go ahead and do is we could give it this. So we could say everyone thought this. So this is the title. Would that match the caption on screen to hook on the viewers? All right, so we're gonna basically ask it, will this match the caption of the screen or hook on the viewers? And it's basically let us know. So the top header right here. We could also put this if we want to, and we could put this as the main text. But yeah, so we'll basically go to this, copy this, Control C this. And I'm sweating by the way. Yeah, I'm sweating by the way, but it's cool. I went ahead and I leaked my method. All right, so you can see this. The top header he removed it immediately. He didn't. All right, so what we'll basically do is we can put this. So we're gonna use this exactly. All right, yeah, that'll work. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do is go ahead and we're gonna drag. And like I said, all the methods YouTube, these gurus gave you, these gurus will never show you a method like this. See me, I have many methods, and I'm never going to run out. Like, I'm better than them. But yeah, we're going to go to this. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go over to text. We're going to go to add captions. And we're going to go basically do is add this. So we're going to add this. And also, what we're going to basically do is we're going to blur this. So when we blur this, and this is the actual method. So you could basically go to just copy this, go to paste there. So you could paste this here. And like I said, these gurus was actually, and I can't believe these guys, but these fucking guys was giving you animation nieces like that. Animation nieces aren't as lit for real like this method I'm giving you. So yeah, like this method is leaked, and you can make as many streamer clips, like you never run out. But yeah, you can use this method, rest and repeat it over and over again. So yeah, so what I'm gonna also go ahead and do is I'm gonna put this right here, and I'm gonna put this like at the top. So where if we put this at the top, also what I'm gonna have it do is I'm gonna put the template. I'm gonna change the text font. So I'm gonna change the font to this, and yeah, we're gonna change the font. Modern could work well. All right, so for this we're gonna use. Alright, so we're going to use black and white stroke. This will work as well. Alright, so for this right here, for this, basically this background, we're going to basically put a background. So we're going to put this, and we're going to put this like that. Alright, so, alright, we want to put that to, we want to use, so we want to make sure, we want to show YouTube that we actually transformed it. Alright, so we want to show YouTube that we actually transformed it. We made it different than the original one. Alright, so I could put that like that. Alright, yeah. Alright, so we could go ahead and do is add some glow to it if y'all want. But yeah, no fan, you ain't gotta go as hard to do this. And this is the full method, by the way. Alright, so yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do.
I went on.
Alright, so for this part right here,
I didn't let him.
I'm gonna zoom this up.
Next mic.
And I'm gonna put that. Alright, so for this part, I'm gonna also go over to. Alright, so I'm gonna also give y'all access to where you guys could check this out at. So and this video stand up forever. So yeah, and this is my method. My method I personally leaked. Nobody owned this method. It's my method. It's my method, so yeah.
Oh, I
Everyone
can
thought
let
this
you.
stream
Alright, so we're gonna mute this real quick. And I wanna listen to this audio.
was completely normal. Everyone didn't think this was about to happen, and everyone thought this stream was completely normal.
Alright. So we're gonna put that right there. We're gonna move that over. Alright, now I wanna do is split that, split that, split that. Alright, so we wanna mute this part. Of course we wanna mute this part. And then we wanna unmute it now. So we wanna unmute it and we wanna let it play. Alright, so we wanna let it play. And yeah, this is how you really transform it though. Alright, so for this part is
Everyone didn't think.
Alright, so what we wanna do is go over to text, go over to audio captions, and we're gonna basically generate the captions, and it's gonna now generate. But yeah, we add a voiceover onto it, and this is what it becomes transformative. Yeah, so yeah, and I'm gonna also show y'all. So we go to templates, and we could also use. So the template we could use is, if we scroll down, we could also use. We could also use this. Oh, let's go to that. All right, so and by the way, streamers don't care if you use the clips. They don't even care. You don't gotta give them credit. Like that's how real they are. They're the realest they could ever get. That's why I fuck with streamers. I fuck with them heavy. So, and a lot of other people be taking y'all clips down and shit, man. Fuck them, bro. Tell them to go suck a fucking dick. Tell them to go suck a fucking dick and go play in traffic, bitch, you clout chasing ass motherfucker. If it was Adin Ross or somebody, Adin Ross would not strike us.
Everyone didn't think this was about
Fucking clout
to
chasing
happen,
motherfuckers.
and everyone thought this stream was completely normal.
Oh yeah, I killed the gator.
Yeah.
I killed it. Leave.
And shout out to 6ix9ine, shout out to Jake Paul, shout out to Kavika. Real love. Yeah, real love. Alright, so let's go to that. Let's add that to the middle part right there.
All right, guys, I'm leaving.
Alright, so what we basically want to do is I'm leaving. We want to uncheck this right here, and we want to put this to green. Alright, so we want to put that to green, and yeah, so we want to put that to green, and yeah, we want to leave it like that.
All right, wait, no.
Yeah, I love this 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine, I heard 6ix9ine, I heard he showed love on one of my streams before. Yeah, one of my fans came over and told me. And if he did, that's real love. If he did, real love. All love. Oh, yeah, no, all love, no negativity. No negativity, no. All right, so what we'll go ahead and do is, negativity shit don't really get you far if y'all think of it.
I killed it.
It's like, it's useless. Like, drama's really
I
useless,
killed it.
for real. We order guys, but yeah.
Everyone didn't think this was about to happen, and everyone thought this stream was completely normal.
Oh yeah, I killed the gator
Yeah.
too. I killed it legally though.
All right, guys, I'm leaving. All right, wait, no.
So we could go ahead and do is, let's see this one. All right, so let's go over there. All right, so let's see. You see this was white. This was green, red. This is white. All right, so if y'all wanted to right here, which we could basically do. So instead of adding this border, we could take this out, and if we wanted to right here, we could basically now scale this up like this, and we could make ours. So if we want to make ours green right here, we could basically highlight it, of course. And this is how you really go to green. Yeah. So, and if you could go on their stream and get their clips yourself, I'll show you another video for that, but not on this one. Because I got more methods to drop, more nieces to do. But yeah, like I said, I built up many channels from scratch, and you could do it too. So yeah. Alright, so what we could basically do is extract that. We could put that there. Alright, so we could leave it like that. Alright, so we could leave it like that. If you want to change the font, alright, so basically if you want to change the font, you could change the font, but yeah. And if you want to change the color right here, all we just do is highlight this. We put this to green. And boom. There we go. So if you want to add a shadow, so if you want to add a stroke, you can add a stroke too. So if you want to add a stroke, you add like that. And you can make it a little bit smaller.
Bought it because there's like a
But yeah, and that's really how you do it though. And if you want to basically blur this right here. If you don't want to use this, what you could basically do, go to effects, go to blur, and you could basically add that. You could blur this like that, and the kick logo will be blurred. But if you want to leave it, go ahead. It's up to y'all. But I feel like blurring it is, and it's monetizable a lot because you add comedy to it. So as long as you're transforming it, that's all that matters. You don't want to use that exact clip that's re-uploaded. You need to transform.
Everyone didn't think this was about to
All right, so what we're gonna do is also we could also
Happen.
make sure we zoom in. So if you wanna go ahead and scale up, you can scale it up. So yeah, like I said, you can use this. I'm going to be using this method to scale. That's literally a free search channel. It's literally free money. Free money. I don't want to say it's free money, but yeah. And it's like really, and nothing's going to get taken down because all those clips are copyright free use. So yeah, so you go to here, scale up, scale it up like that. But yeah, all right, so yeah. So what I'm gonna do is also go to here, and I'm gonna also scale out. So I scale out like that. But yeah, so, and this is my 6 million views.
think this was about to happen, and
And yeah, so since Yayo, and the reason why I dropped it is since, because I'm not beefing with nobody. I mean, since bro played his side and played his role and showed me his true colors, who he really is, I don't got nothing to say to bro. And this is the method bro used. So yeah, and this video stand up forever. I get no fucks. It's my method. It was our method originally, but yeah, I seen him first doing it, and then I caught on to it. But yeah,
everyone didn't
but I said fuck it.
think this was about
I
to
leak it. Fuck it. So yeah,
happen.
give other people a chance. Other people need more chances, but yeah. And if y'all get lazy, bro, I don't know, cause this is the full method. And this method, I'm trying to make this easier as I can make it.
Happened, and everyone thought this stream was completely normal.
All right, so we basically want to do is basically add this to here, add this blur, and we're gonna go to captions. We're gonna put this right there. So yeah. And we do rectangle. We basically rectangle a little bit, put it like that. But yeah, Gatorade like that. But yeah, and we also want to add a feather.
Everyone didn't think this was about to happen, and everyone thought this stream was completely normal.
Oh yeah, I killed the gator
Yeah.
too. I killed it legally though.
All right, guys, I'm leaving.
All right, so if y'all want to add an overlay, all right, so if you do want to add an overlay right here and you want to make it a bit better, you could basically go to this, go to green overlay. All right, so what you want to do is go to this. You want to go to images. You want to go to this. All right, so you want to basically go to this, and you want to download this. You want to drag that onto there. All right, y'all can see this, y'all can still see the screen. All right, yeah, so this is 43 minutes. Yeah, long. All right, so what you want to do is we want to put this basically on overlay. And if you gotta cut people off the grind, just do it. It don't matter no more, yeah. Cause subscribers don't really matter. It's good for a play button. You could use this method to hit 100K subscribers. Go ahead if y'all want. But like this was my full method. I went ahead and leaked it, cause I want to give other people opportunity. I no longer want to just see myself win. I want to see others around me win too. And that's what the thing with most creators. They try to make it as hard, but yeah.
Everyone didn't think this was about to happen, and everyone thought this stream was completely normal.
Oh yeah, I killed the gator
Yeah.
too. I killed it legally though.
All right, guys, I'm leaving. All right, wait, no,
We're not able to talk about it because there's like
Everyone
All right, yeah. So it's 12 seconds, and yeah. So what we basically going to do is we could create compound clip. We could basically go up to here. And we could go over to motion blur, and we could turn this down to 0. And I want to show y'all the uploading process, but this is the full method. And like I said, everything will be literally in the description. Everything in the description below, so where you can check it out at. But this is the full method. As long as the ones who take action will be the ones who get far, and the ones who don't really grind for I don't know what to really say to you. You don't grind. But the ones who do grind and really put in the work, like I said, 6ix9ine, Jake Paul, everybody you see that's famous now, man, they made a name for it, and that success didn't happen overnight. They put a lot of work into it, a lot of work, a lot of effort. Like them numbers wasn't easy to hit. Like yeah, you probably see Speed hitting over millions of views. Speed's numbers wasn't easy at all. It took him some work. So yeah, so like I said, it's the full method. And you can literally use the method for any streamer clips, a streamer niche. I went ahead and I leaked this because I ain't gonna say it's a few with me. Yeah, I mean, me and him, we had words. And yeah. But I'm gonna make a part 2 soon to this. But this is my full method. And I did have a headache recording this, but hey, it's cool. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let's go over to this. I'm gonna ask it, so what title do I use? Here's the clip. All right, so what we could basically do is upload the clip here if it lets us. All right, so we can go ahead and do is we could upload the clip here if it lets us. All right, so this is the clip of mine. I just edited it. What title can I use? All right, so what we could basically do is let's see if ChatGPT lets us do it. So if ChatGPT lets us do it, it's cool. But yeah, so what I want to basically do. All right, so we could upload. So what I'm gonna do is basically I'm gonna go to this. All right. We ran out. So yeah, we ran out. All right, so what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna download this, a TXT. I'm gonna go to this, and this file will be in the description where you guys can check it out at. So what I'm gonna do is go over to Air. I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna drag this. And YouTube is mentally hard. It gets harder and harder. It's not an easy game. So I'm gonna drag this here. So what title? So also I'm gonna say this was a TikTok title. This was the TikTok title. I need a title for YouTube to upload it onto YouTube Shorts. All right, so what it's gonna go ahead and do is make me a title, but yeah. Alright, so we basically gave the TikTok title. I said I need a title for me to upload. I gave it the TXT of literally ChatGPT earlier, so that TXT will be in the description. So it uses the moment 6ix9ine realized Jake Paul. So you can see we have this right here. So we could go ahead and do is we could have it. So you see the moment, the name, realized. So this right here is the name of literally the streamer you're talking about. So in this right here, why this style works, look directly at this your past videos is Cinco, 5.9 million views, Agent 1.8 million. But yeah. So like I said, the ones who alright, so what should I'm using this. I'm using it. What should I rename the file name? Export it from CapCut.mp4. And do niches that's easier for you. And this niche right here is literally the method. And the ones who do take action will be the ones who make it. And I don't care how many views this get. I don't care if this get 40 views. I know I put a lot of hard work into it. And it's better than doing what's over here. So I'm about to show y'all an example. So if you don't want to do these right here, so if you don't want to make, let me show you. All right, so if you don't want to do this over here, this DGE stuff, if you don't want to make these, you don't want to do these, like you see these views, if you don't want to do shorts like this, it's okay. We have a way better method than this, and the method I just leaked. So you don't got to do none of this. And YouTube is not monetizing niches like this. So what YouTube is monetizing still is I'm gonna say pushing. And you see I'm Yayo, so. And I also want to show y'all Yayo. This is who I was talking about, Yayo. So this is the guy right here that got mad when I leaked the method. So when he hit over 1 billion views with this method, so this method that I just leaked, make sure you add a voiceover, y'all can use it. But I would say don't do the captions unless you're transforming like the way I just taught y'all. But yeah, but like I said, it's the full exact method. And yeah, but me and Yayo, we lost ties. Me and Yayo we're no longer cool. He blocked me on Twitter, blocked me. But yeah, but like I said, and I'm gonna show that he really blocked me on Twitter. So, and I ain't petty or nothing, but I'm gonna show y'all. So if y'all really wonder, oh, he really blocked you, Tyrese? Yeah, bro. But that's petty shit to me. It's fucking childish. I'm not no fucking kid. And you see, I'm not no fucking kid. I ain't finna argue with a grown ass man. But yeah, but like I said, we on the better things. And yeah, and he still hacked PlayStation accounts. You can see he still hacked PlayStation accounts. He's never changing. Never gonna change. Always gonna be the same. But yeah, but like I said, we got the sauce over here. Enjoy it, and I'm gonna keep dropping as much methods as I could. This is my full 6 million view Adin Ross method, and I went ahead and leaked it, and you can see the difference before. You can see this is the before, and this is literally after. So yeah, all right. So what I now do is get this clip uploaded to YouTube. But yeah, and I want to say this too. It's not about who's richer, and it's not about who has the most. It's about who could do it the longest. It's about who could stay as consistent with it. Who could stay as consistent with the pattern. Like YouTube is a pattern game. YouTube is a pattern recognition game. So yeah. So let's go over to CapCut. All right. So we're gonna go over to the files. CapCut user data. Cautions. Motion blur. And this is gonna be the file right here. So what we basically do is go back over to here. We go to literally Gemini, we copy this. We go to yeah, it's mentally hard recording all these videos, but yeah, YouTube is mentally hard. So yeah, it's better than working a job though. But yeah, but like I said, I went ahead and leaked my method. Method stand up. I'm never taking this video down. People ask me, oh, why do you drop? Because I don't care no more. I don't care no more. I get no fucks. I get no fucks, and yeah, it's like I sold my soul, and I don't really care. But it is what it is. Write me a description. So here's my old one. Use it for example. So I'm gonna give my old description and use it for example. But yeah, so this is my old description right here. I'm gonna give my old description. Yeah, but also. So it's gonna write me a description. I'm gonna say, here's the credit to the TikTok of the new one. All right, so we go to right here. So if you want to, you could give this owner credit. I mean, if you do give him credit, but he's more likely not to strike you. But yeah, but if you want to give him credit, go ahead. If you don't want to, then oh well to you. But if you give credit, it's up to you. So where YouTube reviewers could see the difference in between the edited one and not edited one. But yeah, so you can see this is YouTube Shorts. So we could go ahead and we could copy this because it follows guidelines. And yeah, we basically go to there. We basically all right. So you can see what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically now upload it to YouTube. So you can see this is the method. And let's go over to the description part. All right, so I can see. So I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna basically private this. All right, so I'm gonna go private. All right, so you can see the moment, and all y'all just do is stay consistent. Like this is the easiest fucking method in the world. So yeah, the most easiest method in the world. But like I said, is y'all just stay consistent, bro. And no made for kids. Also, no made for kids. Also, make sure so you could put this as ultra content. Yes, because we did use an AI voiceover. So yeah. So for this right here though is entertainment. And what we go ahead and do is we save it. Now we get it posted on YouTube. All right. So like I said, I got as many methods on my channel. You guys could use this wisely and every single link. So I'm going to try to link, literally give you this file. This will be, so let me go there. Google Docs. All right. So Google Drive. All right, so if y'all didn't know, I went ahead and I launched my own sauce folder. I made my own sauce over here, so where you guys could check it out at. So over here, this will have nieces. Over here, we could check it out for YouTube nieces, and yeah. But like I said, this is the full method. New folder. I'm gonna say streamers, clips, sauce, attachments to attach to Gemini, and prompts. All right, so yeah, so the prompts will be here, and this will be the whole attachment, and all you just gotta do is attach that file, literally Gemini, and you give it your caption and your screenshot, and it knows, and now knows. And I'm also gonna put the clip here, so if you want, you can see the clip, yeah. But like I said, I'm out though, and this is a full method, and I want this to be for the ones who really need it, and who really want to learn ways to grow, because now these days, these coaches are fucking scamming. So yeah, and I'm also going to make sure I link also this right here in the description. So this will be shared right here to you guys. So where you guys, I'm not signing that at all. Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm not signing that at all. But yeah. Also, I will be linking my Gemini chat to you guys in the description of my video, and I'm also going to be linking this over here, so where you guys can see everything. But yeah, but this is, I want to give you a shout out to Adin Ross. I want to give you a shout out to 6ix9ine. I want to give you a shout out to every single streamer, every single rapper, every single clipper I clip for. Thanks, Curricular. Shout out to you. But yeah, but like I said, bro, is much love, much love, much love. But yeah, but like I said, this is the full sauce. You guys could check it out, and you guys could basically enjoy the method. So I'm gonna say Teresa's ChatBT. So Therese, and this was my full method. I wasn't supposed to leak this, but hey, since Yayo out here scamming people and they out here really, hey, go ahead and enjoy it. I got more streams on the way. Best believe that, but I'm out though. And yeah, I'm sorry if it was long, but this method was the full method. It's leaked. So yeah, so I'm also gonna make sure I do is also engage with it right here. So I'm gonna go to new incognito mode tab. I'm gonna go to paste. But yeah, we could listen to it right here.
Normal.
Oh yeah, I killed the gator
Yeah.
too. I killed it legally though.
All right, guys, I'm leaving. All right, wait, no.
Everyone didn't think this was about to happen, and everyone thought this stream was completely normal.
All right, so yeah, all you just gotta do is stay consistent, and also you can use Gemini. So what I mean by Gemini is you give Gemini that file attachment, and then after you're done editing, you could give it the video, you could give it the file attachment that I just gave y'all, and you basically give it your captions. You'll ask it, so you'll give it your TikTok caption. So wherever's on screen, you could basically go to here, copy it here, paste it. You'll say so, and it's gonna basically ask you. It's gonna say so top header text right here, keep on screen. But yeah, it's gonna also give you this, and I'm also gonna link this below in the description where you guys could check it out at. But yeah, but like I said, this is the full chat and it's the full method. And yeah, I'm gonna say streamer sauce. And yeah. And it's like you're selling your soul to get more famous. And it's no problem with it. There's no problem with it, but yeah. But like I said, I won't let nobody come up here and disrespect me. And I just won't go for the disrespect. I won't go for the disrespect from anybody. So from anybody, even especially with Yayo. I won't go through the disrespect. One time you disrespect me and you're using something that I could have access to, that means now leaks your method. So yeah. But like I said, go ahead and enjoy this chat. I'm gonna be out, and I got more bangers on the way for this. But yeah, but also, so before we end this video, I also want to say, I want to also tell you that this is the real method. So you see, pushing positivity. So you can see he hit 100K subscribers just from this method alone. So you see 133 videos. So yeah, so you can see it's more over 300 million views. So you could hit a lot of views with these methods. So as long as you're putting commentary in between it and you let the original audio play, that's all that matters. But it becomes transformative. But yeah,
situation just got heartbreak. His name is Dota and to the ground after his friends walk into a restaurant in Brazil. The waiter gives him his food
and yeah. So you want to make sure your hook is good. And yeah, but like I said, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. And also, so let me show you that we just posted. So we just posted. You see 55 views.
Everyone didn't think this was about to happen, and everyone thought this stream was completely normal.
Oh yeah.
I'm done with a lot of people, and I'm cutting a lot of people off just for the sake of it because I no longer need them. And Adin Ross literally knows. And love you, Adin. Love you, Adin. Adin, I love you. Thanks a lot. If it wasn't for Adin, if it wasn't for many streamers, I wouldn't fucking be nothing, bro. And they made me some, bro. So I want to give you a shout out to Speed, Adin. I want to give you a shout out to Curricular. Man, I want to give you a shout out to Caption, bro. If I didn't know about this method, bro, and I didn't know about clipping, I wouldn't fucking be nothing, bro. I wouldn't thank them a lot, but yeah. But like I said, dog, we are fucking out, bro. Enjoy this method. Let's fucking go. Let's go. We do this shit. We fucking do this shit, bro. And you can see that, yeah, this is 165 APV, but yeah. So you can see the viewers are staying right here, and they will stay. You want them to mostly stay right here for you to push it, and then towards the end part, but yeah. But like I said, that's the full method. Enjoy it, bro. We do this shit, bro. And yeah, I know we always coming back with something new. Something brand new, something new brought to the table that these other motherfucking coaches can't do it. I'm gonna keep shitting on them over and over and over and over and over again. But like I said, we out though. But yeah, but like I said, I'm gonna give y'all all access to the three links below this video where you can check it out at. But yeah, but this is the full method, leaked in full, and yeah. But also, so hold up. Also, let me show you that you see 100 views. We hit 100 views. If we go to manage videos, and I'm gonna show you the swipe rate. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the swipe rate. But yeah, so this was actually the full method. You can see engagement, and yeah, you can see engagement right here. This will improve. So this will improve right here. You just gotta stay consistent. Average AVD. This will go up, and yeah. So the length was 13 seconds, but yeah. But all we just really doing is staying consistent, and yeah. So you can see 164, but yeah, analytics. But yeah, I run multiple channels without them to show my face. And yeah, but I'm out though. Enjoy the method. You see 100 AB. So yeah, you want to make sure you're hitting 100%. But with this method, you're going to hit it. You just stay consistent, chat, improve each video. But yeah, you can see overview right here. And I got a lot of methods on my channel for y'all. But y'all can see right here, over 6 seconds, still 100% of views right there. We ended off over with 53 seconds still. But yeah, so I'm gonna show y'all basically over here. So streamer. I'm going to show you over this channel right here hit over close to 347 videos. He hit close to about 300 million views. All right, so also if you want to get more clips, of other streamers, what you could do too is also come over to here and you're going to basically go through their channel and you're going to see basically what's their top performing video. So you want to see, you don't want to replicate no video that's under 1K views. If it's under it's view jail, so you want to do something that's really viral on TikTok, and yeah, so that's how you get clips. But yeah, but like I said, you could do this method as many times. There's no stopping to this method. And you can see we're at 200 views and it's going to hit closer to 1,000, but I'm out.